An infinite game is not the exclusion of finite games. You can have a finite game within the infinite game. So let's say you want to be healthy, right? So one of the things you need to do to be healthy is you have to eat right, you have to exercise. But how do we know that we're making progress? Well, we need metrics. Metrics are very important. There's nothing wrong with metrics. And so I can set an arbitrary number. I want to lose X amount of weight on an arbitrary date by whatever, my wedding. And every day I can stand on the scale. I can weigh myself. I have good days and bad days. I can be happy and sad, right? And I do the work. But once I reach that date, if I hit my goal, I can cheer. But the problem is I have to keep exercising for the rest of my life. It doesn't end. And if I miss my goal, what happens? Nothing. The answer is nothing. Because you can see that I'm trending upwards. Report cards are totally fine. They are a measure of certain levels of achievement. Those grades have an impact on the future of our lives. But we also know, and you and I both know this, which is the kids who are sometimes obsessed with grades at all costs sometimes make all kinds of other sacrifices that are not necessarily healthy. And there's plenty of data that show that, the highest performing kids who are the most grade-oriented kids may get into the best college, but they don't necessarily outperform in life, where sometimes it's the more average kids who are rewarded for their effort. Good effort, because they don't perceive an end. They don't fear falling off a pedestal. They think of their lives as constant improvement. And so they'll outperform in the rest of their lives. So the question is how do we also teach children? How do we also teach children that learning and education is an ongoing pursuit? And yes, there are finite goals within that. If you want to get into a certain college, if you want to have a certain discipline, if you want to achieve something, that's fine. But that's not the end of the game. It's simply a waypoint to measure. So the question is how do we teach both, not just one? It's not the absence of finite. The problem is it's lopsided.